Get them. We will have you on the show. We will set it up. Whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it. So that's we can go to the next topic about that.
Before we go, we have one comment on this. Black Hebrew Israelites are dumber than Mormons.
They are, you know what? It's almost a competition. I might do a show on which group is dumber. The Mormons are pretty dumb, but the Black Hebrew Israelites, they're in your face stupid. They will jump in your face and say the dumbest thing ever and then go to a scripture and it has no relevance whatsoever. I make fun of them every chance I get because you're taking the Lord's scripture and trying to make it into some race play crap. It doesn't work like that, and I'm not going to let you do it. And a real Christian is not scared of y'all. I'm not one of these nicety Christians who going to sit there and be like, your opinion is your opinion. No, you're wrong and you're stupid.
Yep.
I don't care. I'm not bowing to y'all.
We've got some
think they can intimidate people. I'm not intimidated by y'all. Anyways,
we've got some backup here. Definitely here for a debate.
Let's go. Anytime y'all want to do it. Don't make a comment under my video if you ain't gonna respond either. Don't be a coward now. Wear all the gold you want. It ain't gonna save you. Well, we was kings. Can't even spell on their signs right, and you want to come against me. Okay, well, come on then. We'll wait. We'll wait and see which one of y'all respond. Anyways. Had to get that out my system. These people be...
So that was it for all those reactions and all those comments.
And we're gonna continue doing segments like this when we build up enough to continue doing it. I want people to feel. I don't want them to have their comment going to a void where even if they have a disagreeable comment, I want it to be responded to. You can never say on the Righteous Edge that we just skipped over you. We didn't have a response. We got a response. Please try to stump me. If you are an atheist out there and you want to come on the show, if you a Black Hebrew Israelite, if you a Mormon, come on, please. I've studied all these things. I would love for somebody come to prove me wrong, that my view of the Bible is just objectively wrong. Please. We not running away from no smoke, as the young people say. We is not scared. So come on. Anyways, to our next segment.
Yes.
This one I gotta be a little bit softer. Well, before we even go into the video.
Okay.
Because I have to preference this correctly because this is something that I've been seeing a lot of young ladies say. Young ladies, we are here to help you today at the Righteous Edge. We're here to help you because a lot of young ladies saying that people are making comment, just trying to dunk on young women, and they're just trying to make fun of them, and they don't really have compassion in their hearts for what women are going through. And you know what? I'm going to hear you today. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to act as a big brother. In love, in gentleness, I'm going to give you advice. I'm going to try to correct my tone. I'm going to try to be gentle and kind. That don't mean I'm going to say everything you like. But I'm going to try to give you advice from a big brother standpoint. I'm going to try to help you. I'm not going to try to dunk on you and say, look at that stupid woman over there. I'm not going to do that. But here's the thing. I have an inkling that it's not going to make any difference because what people do is they take this and they simply don't like the godly advice that you're giving, and they will spin it in some sort of way of you're still being mean because they just don't like the information. But I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to try, and so give no one an excuse to say he was mean and to say he was dumb. He called somebody dumb or stupid. I don't want that. No excuses today. So what I've been seeing in society is we have been having an issue where young women are in the dating market and they aren't getting the results that they expect. I've seen numerous videos of women crying, numerous videos of women talking about, I'm just unhappy, numerous videos of they just cannot find a good man for the life of them. And a lot of these women are Christian women, or at least they claim to be. And they seem to be lost. Like a lot of them cannot understand. They've been digging, they've been searching, and they can't find the answers to why they don't have a husband. And to their credit, I want to speak on this too. Men have gotten weaker over the years. Men definitely have. The testosterone has gone down by a significant amount year by year. We have made life so easy that we don't have to do the jobs that are strenuous, that made us men, that we used to before. Even warfare is fought differently than it was in the days of old. We don't use shield and swords. We barely even use, hand-to-hand combat. Everything has been technological now. So now men have gotten softer, have gotten weaker. And a lot of women are attributing that to the downfall of the sexual marketplace. But I'm going to give you the answers that I know are true. And so therefore you can never say, oh man, we don't know. Or somebody didn't tell us, or they were just being mean. If you need guidance, you can go to the Righteous Edge and you can email us. We will be the big brother that you need. With that being said, we got a bunch of videos here.
Right.
And we're going to show what is really going on here.
So where do you want to start first, Jack?
We got a bunch of them, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's go to the leftover women one.
Okay.
I am fucking done. I am done. I am done begging a mother to love me. Done begging him to spend time with me. Like, I swear, some of us women have more balls than you coward-ass men. You take good women. You take good women and you fucking break us down till we can't take no more, till every man we see makes us want to vomit.
More honestly, do not date a woman for 3 months, and I use that term loosely, date, because he never took me on a date or even planned one in the house. Mr. Anxiety. Do not date a woman for 3 months, her, lead her to believe you want a relationship, literally spend a whole entire week with her, and then ghost her for 4 days and dump her and then tell her it's just because you don't have romantic feelings for her. Why? What the?
I've been talking to a guy. We've been texting. It was great. He said, I'm 5 minutes away from picking you up. I got all dressed up for our date. And boom, I'm blocked. He stood me up. And I don't understand why men treat good women like I am an amazing woman. Huge heart, very loyal.
Bruh.
And men just play with my feelings. That's all they do. Just make it make sense. Make it make sense.
I don't know what it's like to be in the presence of a real man, a leader, somebody that you know is gonna protect you. Like, it kills you to see your wife or your girlfriend happy. You have shit on that. Like, f*** you men and your mommy issues. We are not your f***ing enemies. But I'm done. I am so done. I'm tired of hurting. I never deserved this shit.
Think that it's okay to come and say whatever they want to people, to get their hopes up, to have them let their guard down, to be told things, and then they go and a couple days later they just say the complete opposite. Why even waste somebody's time? Not only mine, but yours. I'm so tired of people not saying what they want from the start. I'm
We're gonna
so
go through the
tired
video
of
again too,
people
Mr. Producer.
coming
Okay.
and just getting someone's hopes up.
Okay, ladies, I'm going to tell you something that the rest of the world won't. You don't need to have a hoe phase. I got a DM from a girl that's kind of like my age, and she asked me if I thought that that was like a necessary part of life. All her friends are telling her like this is the time of your life to like sleep around, be promiscuous, not get emotionally attached to guys, just like hop around from one guy to the next. And she's like, do I need to do this? My opinion is no. Nobody needs to do that. In fact, I think there are a lot of downsides to the whole hookup culture in general, and this idea that before you can settle down, you need to like go crazy. And I think it's really ironic that the like postmodern feminist movement right now kind of seems to be pushing this idea of like, you know, women should be promiscuous and like, cause it, you know, makes them feel more like equal to men. I don't think that that's true. I think that hookup culture, according to the studies that I've looked at, harms women, and it doesn't fulfill what women really want. It fulfills what toxic, like, non-committing men want, but for women, it usually doesn't do much. Regarding hookups, men and women were both asked the same kind of questions, and the reason for hookup regret for women was that they felt used a lot of times, and they kind of regretted that. And for men, their biggest regret was that the woman they were with wasn't attractive enough. How is this empowering for women to tell them to just go like sleep with these kind of guys? Like that's not.
All right. Let's we're going to help these women out.
Okay.
All right? Because they're asking a lot of questions, but they are not getting the answers that are it's really truly going to help them. So what we're going to do is I've been a mentor for almost 20 years now. I've mentored people, me and my wife have helped people through their marriage. We help people with all types of problems. I'm going to put on my mentor hat and I'm going to analyze what they're saying, and we're going to address what the actual issue is. Okay, so let's play the video again, but this time we're going to
Sure.
pause it.
Okay.
I am fucking done. I am done. I am done begging a mother to love me. Done begging him to spend time with me. Like, I swear, some of us women have more balls than you coward-ass men. You take good women. You take good women and you fucking break us down till we can't take no more. Till every fucking man we see makes us want to
You want to pause
vomit.
it? So, this first lady says she's done. She's obviously, it sounds to me that she has been what they call pumped and dumped. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like she's been played with. Somebody probably used her for sex and then threw her, and she might have went to social media and saw that same man with another girl. That's what it looks like to me. Now, I would say I do feel for women that happens to, but I'm going to explain to you, young lady, why that happens. First of all, you are batting out of your league. And women are not going to want to hear this, but I'm telling you this as a big brother, and I'm telling you this out of love. A lot of women are going for the players. A lot of women are going for the super sexy 6-foot dude that is cut and he has the right smell and he says the right words. Well, here's the problem, young lady. When you do that, why do you think you're the only one? If you're dealing with a player, a womanizer type guy, a guy who can so easily arouse you, he knows exactly what to say. He knows exactly how to act. He's dressing nice and all the other girls like him. You're batting out of your league. And what women don't want to hear is that there's no one out of your league. Yes, there is. And this is why if you continue to aim for that type of guy, the type of guy who is the CEO of the company, and all the ladies like him, you're going for the type of guy who's going to play you. He's going to play you. And when he does, you're going to end up like this. Because instead of admitting that you need to get yourself a regular guy that's on your level. You're trying to get Chad and Tyrone to commit to you, and then they end up playing you, and you wonder, well, I thought we were a couple. He never thought of you that way. And there's one good way to make sure you're not dealing with a player. That is to get godly men involved in vetting your relationships. You probably thought I was going to say something else. No. I'm telling you, young ladies, you cannot do it on your own. You don't have the mindset. You need to have godly men around you, not just your brothers and people on your same age level. I'm talking about older men. One who can see and address character and say, no, he's a player. They can pick up on things you wouldn't even think to pick up on. What church does he go to? Oh, how many times does he go? Is he active in church? What does his father do? All these questions you wouldn't even think to ask. An older man will sit down with him, vet him correctly, and he will be gone because he can trick you. He can get your feelings wrapped up, but he won't be able to do that to an older man. And we at the Righteous Edge, because so many women would come to me and say, I don't have an older brother. I don't have a godly man in my church. I would say, first of all, you're not going to the right church then. You need to have godly men in your church. Second of all, until you do, the Righteous Edge is here. If you email us, we will do the best we can with the information we have to help you. Can we go to the next part of the video?
Yeah, sure.
I am fucking done.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Next
loosely
lady.
date because he never took me on a date or even planned one in the house. Mr. Anxiety. Do not date a woman for 3 months. Fuck her. Lead her to believe you want a
You pause right
relationship.
there.
Literally.
Young lady, and I have to say this with love because I said I'm going to be gentle, didn't I, Mr. Producer?
You did.
I said I'm going to be gentle today. You have to take accountability. You let a man lead you on. You said it like you had no choice in the matter. You said, F her. Who opened their legs? You have to admit this. You can't just go around saying that he had sex with you, but you didn't have sex with him. You had sex with him. He played with you and he got what he wanted and you wanted more. Now you have to admit that if you're going to do better. If you're going to cry and put a video on the internet talking about how a man did you wrong, it will behoove you as a woman that wants to do better to say, these are the mistakes I made. This is how I contributed to the situation. If you cannot do that, let me tell you a secret. You're not ready for a relationship. If you cannot go into a situation and say, this is how the wrong I contribute, instead of just looking at what he did, and I'm a victim, you're not ready for a relationship. Let's continue playing this.
Spend a whole entire week with her and then ghost her for 4 days and dump her and then tell her it's just because you don't have romantic feelings for her.
All right, let's pause right there. This is what happens to young ladies when you let your emotions dictate what's right. Instead of looking at a situation logical, instead of getting a man that can vet the young man you're dealing with, you go in full emotions and with your feelings, and you let those feelings dictate to you the situation. Because she is so wrapped up in her feelings with this guy, and look how emotional she is. Look how stressed she is. Look how she is so bent out of shape over this man. She obviously has feelings for him, but what she's not doing is looking internally to see how she got to where she is. She's talking about the situation of he did all these things, whether it was spent a weekend or said I love you or any of these things that she's being led on, where you have to allow you allowed yourself to be led on. You allowed a man who didn't really like you, and you pretended in your head that because I really like him, he must really like me. That's not the case. He didn't really like you that much. I hate to say it this way because some people gonna say I'm being mean. I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm telling you the truth. This man that was dealing with you did not like you that much. Because if he says he didn't have romantic feelings for you, he was just using you for the time being. And what you need to study is, how did I allow myself to be so easily used and manipulated? Take responsibility to say, dang, man, I was manipulated really quickly. He got me in bed. He took advantage of me. He had sex with me, and then he dumped me. What did I do to contribute to being so easily used? You have to be able to look inwardly and address that. You could continue.
Why? What the?
I've been talking to a guy. We've been texting. It was great. He said, I'm 5 minutes away from picking you up. I got all dressed up for our date, and boom, I'm blocked. He stood me up. And I don't understand why men treat good women like
You want to pause that? Here's the thing. Relationships are reflective. This is another instance of you're out of your league again. The dude you were going for had other options. That's why he was stood you up. Because a dude who just thought you were the best thing ever, he wouldn't have done that. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm telling you to go for dudes that would just absolutely simp for you. I'm telling you to go for men who have character and are men of their word, and the way that you find that is by vetting them properly, using your church, your father, and godly men around you. But what happened in this young lady's situation is she got to a date and he ghosted her, and she's trying to wonder why. It's because, one, you're aiming out of your league. You're going for a dude that's far above what you should be going for. A dude who's probably a player type dude. He has other options. And two, you didn't pick up on the signals that he didn't really like you that much, or that you did something that completely turned him off. And a lot of women don't know this, but they do this all the time. And I'm telling you women this to help you. Men are socially awkward, right? A lot of men will be socially awkward and they don't even know. A dude who's been in his mother's basement for the last 12 years is going to be very socially awkward on a date. What women do, and what they tend to do, instead of socially awkwardness, what they have is they are very annoying and they don't even know. And like I said, I'm not trying to be mean, but a lot of women come off very annoying and very hard to be around, hard to have a conversation with, and they don't even know that they are, because that's their version of being socially awkward. You see a dude picking his nose on a date, he's socially awkward. But you see a woman who just can't shut up about something that no one cares about, that's also very awkward. And I can guarantee you this woman did something where she let off a certain sense of, or the dude got a certain sense of, dang, I don't really like her like that. And you can say, oh man, how is she supposed to find out? Well, part of the problem is with feminism and with a lot of the nonsense going on, you can't really tell women the truth, which is why I'm doing this segment. I, as a big brother, I'm going to tell you, if a man ghosts you after talking with you for a long time, there was something in the conversation he did not like. There was something you did that led him to be like, no, man, I can't get down with that. I'm telling you, men don't just ghost if we're really physically attracted to you and we know we set up this date for a long period. There was something that was done. Men are not like that. Women are kind of like that, where they can just up and change their feelings per day. Men, we know when we like somebody. So when we just cut you off like that, something happened. You may not want to address it. You may not want to acknowledge it. Something happened. All right, you can continue going.
I'm an amazing woman. Huge heart. Very loyal.
Bruh.
And men just play with my feelings. That's all they do. Just make it make sense. Make it make sense.
I don't know what it's like to be in the presence of a real man, a leader, somebody that you know is going to protect you.
You want to pause there? What you're doing, lady, and I'm talking to you, anybody like this woman who says something like that, like I said before, relationships are reflective. If you don't know what a real man is like, that's because you don't have the ability to attract a real man yet. Men are the hunters, meaning that we see you before you see us. A lot of women are oblivious to the fact that they're being hunted. I hunted my wife. I watched her like a hawk. I saw how she interacted with other people. Before I even had the idea to date her, for one, I saw, oh, is she attractive? Okay, yes. How does she act? Oh, okay, she's cool. What's her character like when she gets angry? I'm watching. She didn't even know I was watching. And then once you meet the criteria, then I swoop in, right? Like a hawk. I've been watching you like a hawk in the sky and thought that you were mine. I like this song. Anyways, so a man is always watching. And what we do is we decide if the prey is good enough or not. Some men, and this is what players do. Players don't care about whether the prey has good character. They like, oh, it looks good, swooping in. Oh, she got a big butt, swooping in. Oh, she got some curviness that I like. Would it be fun to have sex with her? Swooping in. Good men have already disqualified you while the players are swooping in. And part of the reason why you keep finding these players is because the good men have already decided you are not good enough. Now that's sad because it's like, yo, man, women won't even know because all the dudes that are swooping in to catch them are not telling them I'm just here for a fun time, not a long time. They're not mentioning that. So women like this are getting frustrated, like all men are like this. No, the men that you attract are like this. The men that are swooping in after studying you and deciding they ain't trying to catch you for a long time, they just want a fun time. They're swooping in and they're catching you, and you giving it up and you're getting frustrated. The question you need to ask, young lady, is why do I keep attracting bad men? There's good men out there. I'm one of them. I've been married for 18 years, 4 children, never stepped out on my wife. I don't flirt. I don't do none of that goofy stuff because I answer to God first. There's men like me out there, and they even look better than me, if that's a possible thing. Some even look better. So they're out there. The question is that you need to ask yourself, what about myself? What about my character? What flaws do I have that's causing those men not to swoop in and come get me? We can continue playing.
Kills you to see your wife or your girlfriend happy. You have shit on that. Like, you men and your mommy issues. We are not your fucking enemies.
All right. Can you pause that there? Here's a problem that I see, and I'm going to try to address this with some gentleness here. When people say you have to deal with your issues, they often mean in a secular way, go to therapy. No. I'm saying that we can sense, men can sense if a woman has bitterness in her heart. That the moment that something comes up, she has some anger against her past boyfriends for what they've done, and they want you to be held responsible for what past boyfriends did, and they got this hatred against men, and they got this jealousy against seeing, people happy in couples because they don't think it exists. That can be seen from a mile away. Men will often try to sift through it and ignore it, but a good man will see it, and that red flag goes up, and he's like, no, man, she bitter. She hates men. I can tell. And we will not engage. And I can see it in this lady right here. I can see the anger and the seething at taking out what has done to her with the men she's attracted on all men. You can hear it in how she talks. She's talking about men like they're a monolith, like we all speak, and we've all done these things to her. And that's a bad attitude because men, we know good men won't deal with that because, for one, it will be a lie, and good men don't lie. It will be a lie to act as if I'm responsible for all the evil things men have done throughout all of history to you. That's not fair to put on the shoulders of a good man. And a good man, he don't want to sift through all that. He'd rather find a girl that's not bitter. He don't want to jump through all them hurdles. Why? When he could find a girl who probably looked just like you without all that. So you got to think about that as a lady. Am I bitter? Is there some things I need to confess before the Lord before I even engage in relationships? We can go to the next part.
Done. I am so done. I'm tired of hurting. I never deserved this shit.
Think that it's okay to come and say whatever they want to people, to get their hopes up, to have them let their guard down, to be told things, and then they go and a couple days later they just say the complete opposite.
Let's pause there. So what's happening to this young lady is much like what's happened to the young ladies before. She is getting played and she doesn't know why she's getting played. She has accepted, and what's happened is dudes is running game on her. We've been calling it running game when I was a young lad. We would call it your running game. What that means is they're telling a young lady what she want to hear to get her in bed, and then once they get her in bed, they like, okay, I got what I want, I'm out. There's a few reasons why this happens. One of them is because that's all you have to offer, and that is very the harshest way I can say it. A lot of young ladies, they're not pleasant to be around. They don't add anything to the conversation. They don't want to benefit anything to that man's life. They don't want to come along and be an asset. So therefore, when he sleeps with you, he's like, ugh, she's kind of annoying. Now that I'm done sleeping with her, I'm out of here. And you have to ask yourself, for one, why are you sleeping with these men without any commitment? Why? The Bible says that, a man and woman should be married before you engage in sexual contact. But since secular world has thrown that out of the window, look what's happened. And a lot of women are getting hurt because women, let make no mistake about it. People love to talk about the lonely male epidemic. But what we addressing today is the results of being passed around like a piece of garbage as a woman. You may not have a problem getting sex. Any woman can that's a 2 or above out of 10 can get sex. But here's the problem that we're not addressing. They think that sex is fulfilling to a woman. No, it's only fulfilling to a woman when it's with a man who actually cares about you, who will protect you, who will lay down his life for you. Women feel cheated when they have sex and are discarded. And they keep putting themselves in these situations because feminism had told you you can do the same thing as a man. A man can go out and sleep with whoever and not even really like that woman and still feel like, yeah, I got another one under my belt. Men, we can do that. That doesn't mean it's good. I'm not saying it's good or that men should do that. I'm saying that sexually, we are not as attached. There's scientific studies that show that women release oxytocin when they have sex with men, and they have a bonding with the men that they have sex with, whereas men don't have that same release as women do. That should tell you God created you not to be jumping around in all these different sexual relationships. You are not supposed to be fluttering around and acting as if sex is some thing that you can just play around with. And that's why these women are so, you see them so broken. You see them at the a lot of them are on the edge, psychotic breakdowns, because they're not meant to be passed around like this. They've made their bodies available to men without the commitment that comes in marriage. And now marriage is being destroyed because women are leaving that. So what I would say to this lady is, you have to examine why you keep putting yourself in these positions to be played with. Who's playing you? You're probably doing the same thing that ladies before you did, which is batting out of your league. You're probably going towards the top G instead of going towards someone on your level because you probably think you're far more attractive than you actually should be in the dating market. You need to lower your standards. Lower your standards. Go to a man that will actually love you instead of a dude who can play you. Because not every dude can even be a player. I'm going to tell you like this. Most regular dudes, they want to do their job. They want to go home. They want to drink their beer, and they want to watch their TV show and have a simple life. Most dudes don't even really want that player life. Most dudes want their regular shirt, their regular pants, and wear their same outfit and go to work and have a simple life. But that's not the type of dudes that the girls go for. So if you want a type of dude who will be loyal, they're easy to find. It's just a matter of what standard you can't. When you get that type of guy, don't be thinking, oh, I had a player before, so you're not up to my level. No, that is your level. The level that a woman should be at is a man that she can keep. Not the player that's going off with every girl in the city. All right, we're going to continue playing.
Why even waste somebody's time?
Because they got
Not
what they
only
want.
mine, but yours. I'm so tired of people not saying what they want from the start. I'm so tired of people coming and just getting someone's hopes up.
You could pause it right there. Because this is the gist of everything that she's saying. Getting somebody's hopes up. They're getting your hopes